bro, $1 billion industry, bro. $1 billion industry that we pour money into. Literally, black people pour money into, bro. Just by playing, just by operating within it. Like
facts.
bro, like,
yo, it's crazy.
If y'all niggas don't sit the fuck down and and not play a season, just watch how fast shit change, bro. Watch how fast these dumbass rules start dropping off, bro. Watch how leverage starts working out, like.
Yo, HBCUs will be booming.
Booming, bro. Booming. Imagine a Zion Williamson and a fucking RJ Barrett and all these niggas playing at Howard and motherfucking North Carolina A&T and Morgan and all this shit. Like, come on, bro.
It's crazy because we'll be seeing Oklahoma, Ohio State on ESPN3.
Right.
But then you're going to see Norfolk, Bell State on ESPN, prime time.
And that's why I fuck with the boy from Florida State, Francois.
The for going to Hampton.
Transferred to Hampton, bro. Like that's big, bro. That's big. Like we don't see a lot of that, bro. We don't see a lot of that shit. Like we need
Monet Davis. Remember Monet?
From who?
The softball girl. I mean, she was in the Little League World Series from Philly.
Oh, I remember that name. I remember her name.
Yeah, she went to Hampton too.
For real, bro. See, like.
All over ESPN and Little League World Series, and he chose an HBCU.
And it's articles every day about how HBCUs aren't getting. It was an article I put on my story the other day about how the state of Maryland is being sued for not funding the HBCUs in Maryland, not funding Coppin, not funding UMBS. Morgan, not funding UMBS, not funding Bowie, like only the HBCUs though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you had these Division I athletes playing here and bringing in those games, bro, those packed games, those sold out games, that merchandise, those ads, those sponsorships, bro. You wouldn't even have to bat an eye for HBCU to have funds, bro. You could build on to fucking Cheney, nigga. Imagine Cheney. Imagine one of these niggas commit to Cheney, bro. In the state the state that Cheney is in, where it's PA. Like no, I'm not talking about the geographic. I'm just talking about like how fucked up Cheney's been for a while now, like facing closure and having to grab funds from wherever they getting them from, bro. Just imagine like that shit, and that's kind of like far fetched. I get it, you know what I'm saying? I get it, and that's kind of something that we would have to see like maybe long after we gone, maybe. Or
and I would love to see Cheney and Lincoln ball out because they in an all-white conference. They in the PSAC.
They in the
You feel me?
Yeah.
So then you got two black schools running.
I thought Lincoln was in.
They moved him to CIAA.
Yeah, Lincoln been in the CIAA.
For football though.
They in the CIAA for basketball.
Yeah, they in the CIAA for basketball.
I don't know they in for football. I don't know.
I thought Cheney definitely in the PSAC though.
I don't know. I don't know what they in for football, but yeah, man. But I mean, that just goes back to that argument. I don't know how we got here from AB, but I mean, just
Rich Paul.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what we was going to lead into with that. For people who may or may not be familiar, Rich Paul, right, is the topic of the hour right now. Rich Paul is a sports agent. He's a young black sports agent. He represents some of the biggest athletes in the NBA right now. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, who two of them are probably the best two players in the NBA. John Wall, Ben Simmons, who else? Draymond Green. A lot of top tier athletes. This young black man represents and handles their contracts and stuff. So recently the NCAA, which governs college basketball, college sports, really. What?
Nah, go ahead. What you doing?
So
give me a point.
So the NCAA recently just put out a rule, or they just made a rule that in order to be a sports agent, in order to represent these athletes, right, you now are required. You have to have a bachelor's degree, be certified with the National Basketball Players Association for at least 3 years, and take a comprehensive in-person exam at NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis. Now this is like a big deal because Rich Paul, who is this guy who we just was speaking about, this guy, like I say, he's a young black dude. He never attended college.
From the Jets, from Cleveland, Ohio.
He's from Cleveland, Ohio. He from the trenches just like everybody else. He never attended college, and now he is the best agent, the top agent,
yes.
you know, in the NBA, you know, with representing all these players. So this rule is kind of like a direct effect, or he's kind of like the motivation,
right?
The catalyst for this rule, right? Like he's the reason why pretty much these NCAA executives and chairmen, these people are upset or they feel a bias towards him or something, because they basically feel like, yo, this nigga is outsmarting us.
He really is.
And that's just the bottom line. Like, if we being real, like, he's outsmarting us. He hasn't attended a college. He's representing the best players in the NBA. How is this possible? He's getting our players from college that we're sending. We're sending these players to the league, and he's representing them, and they're not getting anything in return because he's not certified by them, or he doesn't have a degree. But the big thing is that he doesn't operate within their guidelines.
Yo, you know what just came to my mind?
What?
They are making this for Rich Paul because, say if I'm at Vanderbilt, all my players from Vanderbilt are using this one particular agent, right? Because I just seen Darius Garland pop up on there. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, everybody's been going to these agents, getting the deals. Darius Garland says, nah, I don't want to go where y'all going. I'm going to Rich Paul. Right?
Yeah.
So now it's like the agent has that so close relationship with the school.
Oh
yeah,
like, that's the thing. Bro.
You feel me? All this came in my head like, so that's the problem
because
right there.
A lot of these agents, they have ties still with the NCAA because it's kind of like a what do they call it? Like a bridge, like a bridge. Like NCAA, I'm sure, has agents who I'm sure, if not refer, they recommend to these players. You know what I'm saying? And in exchange, I know it's some kind of exchange there, whether it's monetarily, whether it's sponsorship, whether it's whatever the case may be. There's something there in exchange for the NCAA with these agents. So yeah, that's just what it is. And like, I mean, that's just what like Rich Paul doesn't operate within that bridge, that exchange. So in order for them to put a stop on that, and any other nigga in the future that come along like Rich Paul who decides like, hey, you've been friends with let's say me and Stu. If Stu was to make it to the league and he just said out of nowhere, you know what, bro, I don't trust none of these people.
Right.
Let me hire you as my agent, and I start killing shit. Now it's just like, bro, we don't want these niggas keep coming out with their friends and that's all it is, bro. That's all it is. So
what's funny is though, you see NBA on there, right? You don't see NFL.
No, it's strictly the NBA.
Strictly NBA.
It's strictly basketball. The rule applies strictly to basketball.
Why we don't see that?
That's crazy.
Why we don't see that in baseball, soccer?
Because we know
tennis.
why. Look at the numbers. Look at the demographics. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yo, cause like you could literally graduate high school, and I got this from my frat brother. Shout out, big brother Booker. He told me, high school, bro. You can come straight out of high school and represent an MLB player. And you know, when you come out of high school, MLB money is so much different from the NBA, NFL. So you're getting millions of dollars off the rip.
Yep. So it's been a lot of backlash with this new rule. Just in the sports world, I mean, LeBron tweeted out, Chris Rock tweeted out, Kevin Hart tweeted out, just kind of like bashing the rule, which a lot of people don't agree with, and we know why. I mean, it's definitely racial elements to it. It's racially based. I feel like if you look at just who the rule is centered around and the demographic of the sport that it's exclusive to, like basketball, where 70 and 80% of basketball in college and in the NBA is black males. I mean, it's not even a question. So